aliens don't come in peace. Maybe they do. A former Pentagon official now revealing the UFO encounters have resulted in mysterious injuries to witnesses, including, but not limited to, unexplained burns and electrical shocks. In some cases, he says aliens were potentially connected to human pregnancies. Oh, Brittany, we love you, girl. All right. So are the aliens already here, and are they invading our bodies? Night is young. I'm off at 8. Here with me now, former director of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, also known as AATIP. It is Lou Elizondo. Welcome back, Lou.
Kennedy, always great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So what is most troubling for you here, other than the government being very opaque and withholding lots and lots of information for many, many years? Is it the radiation burns? And tell me about the pregnancies, the alien pregnancies.
Okay, well, a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, what you're referring to was a recent Freedom of Information Act data dump by the U.S. government. And what you're referring to specifically was one of the, if you will, studies done by the Defense Intelligence Agency known as a DIRD, or a Defense Intelligence Reference Document. In essence, a study. And one of those studies was on the biological consequences of individuals, people, biological organisms, coming perhaps too close and too personal with an unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP. So that is true. That information was released by our intelligence community and provided to the American people. There were several of these FOIAs that came out, and I think if the American people took a moment to read some of them, I think they'd find some of these reports are frankly outstanding. And when I say outstanding, I don't necessarily mean
what stands out to you most?
I think what you said there with the radiation burns, we discussed this last time a little bit, didn't we? We hinted towards it. And that was when individuals, fighter pilots, in some cases, came too close to UAP, they experienced negative consequences. It looked like what was referred to as a sunburn. And in reality, what we think was exposure to some sort of radiation, high-frequency radiation. And interestingly enough, as those pilots got closer and closer, they started to experience internal organ damage as well, and specific morphology in the human brain that can then be looked at both before and after, and you can compare and contrast and say, yeah, this person has sustained some sort of, if you will, injury that is consistent with some sort of directed energy.
What do you conclude from all of this?
Well, look, it's the same thing that Congress has concluded, and other folks in the media now, mainstream media, that are finally taking this seriously, that UAP are real. These UFOs are real, whatever they are.
Even Harry Reid knew that. He just tried to keep it secret. Harry.
Well, look, I think the secret's out of the bag. And I think there's going to be some more headlines coming up this week that probably people will realize that those individuals who tried to keep it secret are now being held accountable. Congress, for one, is, for example, Senator Marco Rubio, Senator Gillibrand, on a bipartisan effort here, are refusing to allow the Department of Defense and the intelligence community to obfuscate anymore. There's no more hiding behind the green curtain, if you will. Now, hopefully, America is going to know just a small portion of what I was privy to when I was running the program.
Well, they got to have you back there running the program, Lou, because we're taking our eye off the ball, and now the ball is pregnant. Lou Elizondo, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.